Hello, good morning, everyone. Sorry I couldn't make it to going live yesterday to talk about what I'm looking out for the week. So this morning I thought to just quickly do that because I feel like I want to keep making it sort of like a thing to just share with you guys what I'm looking out for every Sunday night or before the new week start, going forward while we are also live. So about 3 weeks ago, right, the previous early March, let's just say early March, we had this very strong bull run. And overall, let me just do like a quick top-down analysis. So on the daily time frame, current price action is bullish, right? We have been going up for since January pretty much. This year, let's just say this year has been bullish pretty much on GBP USD, and we have been seeing key levels get it taken out, and we've not really had like a very solid retest for some areas, especially even this area of 1.27500 zone, this major level. We've not had a retest at all. We just broke and then continue to the upside, which signifies sort of like more strength in the pound compared to the dollar. And overall, I don't think the UK as a state or as a country in itself is doing extremely great for their currency to be stronger than the dollar in terms of like economics, right? That's just my opinion. I don't think like maybe consumer price is good, inflation is good, and all of those things. From the knowledge of what I have, right, it's not like it's very similar to what is going on in the US as well. But the major reason why, apart from price action, I'm talking about fundamentals now, is the whole Trump issue, right? The whole tariff and stuff. You would notice that most pairs against the dollar are actually strong, way stronger since the whole trade war thing started. Let's go to price action. So on the daily time frame, we'll see that after the push in the first week of March, we had a little bit more push in the second week, but then market sort of like started stalling, right? Exhaustion sort of started. So the reason why I marked out these two boxes is I am observing how price action behaved here before this push. If you are someone that pay attention to like candlestick patterns, you will see that this look a lot similar to this, right? And I'm someone that I sort of like have a little bit of a photographic memory, so that I use that to my advantage when I'm trading. Does that mean I'm going to start buying GBP USD from here? Absolutely not, because all I'm waiting for now is to have a confirmation that buyers are coming back to the market. So in the previous week, we've seen that market has been stalling, and then last week it had a little bit of push down from Thursday as well. Notice what happened here also. The push down started when? On Thursday, and then on Friday what happened? A little bit further down also. And on Monday or Sunday night, when this push started, we had a little bit of a small gap down, and then market started pumping. I'm waiting for something similar that happened here to start happening for me to see, okay, buyers trend are here, and then I would look for my entry criteria, because I don't just take trades based off of those things, right? Based off of what maybe a research or something I observe that the market is doing. I'm also taking my trade based off of my own strategy. So, but regardless of that, overall, what I'm still looking out for is to take buy trades. That's why I'm still in tune with that. I would only start looking to take sell trades when GU break this overall box, right? If this overall box is broken, in fact, I might still even, I still don't think is bearish yet, because this is still a major level that can still get retraced to, and before we had a push, a continuation to the upside, and if that does not happen, we might just continue regardless. So what I'm also looking at is on Friday we broke this level on the 4-hour time frame, and now we are back above that level. Whenever I see stuff like this where it looks like a first breakout and then we are back up, I'm very, very careful of what decisions I want to make, right? Because for anyone that is immediately switching to a bearish bias just based off of this, right? If you are switching, just like what happened here, right? If you switch to a bearish bias based off of what happened here, you will be in for a very, very bad time. Similar to what is going on, I would only switch to a bearish bias if GU comes back below this structure, right? Below this, if GU comes back below this structure, then I will switch to a bearish bias and start looking to go short only. So of course I will take buy trades in between, like also for this trade I took some sell trades in between as well, regardless. But overall I'm still looking for more buys than sells. So if we go to the 1-hour time frame as well, you will see that that structure on the 4 from the 4-hour to is still a valid point. You can't be looking for sales when market has broken structure to the upside, right? Which makes absolutely no sense. So, and now it's even creating higher lows. This is a higher low, because this low is higher than this one, this low is higher than this one. So that is why I'm saying my bias currently still remains bullish. What I will still be looking out for is for price to create my entry criteria for me around major point of interest. Maybe today or tomorrow. I don't, of course I think there's a news which I'm going to also share with you guys in a bit. There is how I sort of like look at fundamentals on my hand. I don't bother myself too much with news, but I always pay attention to them. What I do is I make sure I know what dates news are coming out, which sort of news to be very, very careful and skeptical about. But I don't take trades based off of fundamentals. I take my trades based off of technicals. So I don't care so much about news in terms of like what the news itself is going to do or the outcome of it, because I try as much as possible to place my trade way before the news. So most of the time is either the news is pushing my trades to go its TP or it's pushing it further in my direction, excuse me. So what am I looking out for overall for this week, right? I'm looking for price to retrace back to this area, because this is still a major zone, right? If price retrace back to this area, gives me my entry criteria to take a long trade. I'm going to look to take longs in take long trade somewhere around here. based off of the entry criteria, right? So I'm not going to rush it. If I don't see my entry criteria, I don't take any trades, because in as much as I'm looking for buys, market can decide to sell, and there is nothing I can do about that, because market will always be the market. It will go wherever it wants to go, right? That needs to be very, very clear and always clear in our head. So if I get an entry criteria around this area, I would look to take buys from this zone to the upside. Usually my trades are always 1 to 3. Sometimes I try as much as possible to hold longer, but for now, what I'm just doing now is to just stick to what I've back tested. In as much as I there is a feeling sometimes that okay, price can keep going in my direction, I could make more money or make more trades and stuff, whatever. But I don't want to care so much about that right now, because I have seen several times where I take trades and it goes in my direction, I scale in, all for it to retrace back. Yes, you have to have a level of pain threshold in trading. There will be a lot of times where you get in a good trade and it retraces back all to your entry or even to your stop loss and all of those things. So you need to know how to learn to pay yourself during the process of a trade, which is what I've decided to just keep doing for my trading. Any point where I get a chance to pay myself, I pay myself and let the market run, because there will always be opportunities, right? So last week, my last week was a little bit slow because I only took 2 trades and both of them were break even. So I took 2 trades above this level. These multiple week rejections were my entry point. So I took 2 trades and then took a trade here with the expectation that market will continue to the upside. When it went 1 to 2 in profit, I broke even, came back to stop me out. So in my trading plan, there is something I have which is called the power of 2. When I have 2 tries on a particular entry or in a particular trade idea, I put an end to it. Then I did a second one as well, and it went a little bit also, but what happened the next day, as a similar thing, retraced again, stopped me out at break even. So those were my 2 trades that I took the week. There were some other opportunities that maybe I could have taken, but I just decided to just be extremely let me just say careful about my decisions on what I'm doing. So pretty much that's it for this live. I just want to share with you guys what I'm looking out for on GBP USD to see what's going on. So for today, or maybe this week at first, I would like to see price come to this area, create sort of like a double bottom, and then I'll see what's going to happen. Once we break above, then we continue to the upside to this structure. That's what I'm looking out for now. For now on GBP USD, there could be maybe, because right now you can say this is a break of structure, a retest, and then to the downside also another break of this level, which it has been creating lower lows, right? So you can say this is a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. But then after the flash down, you see that it has changed to creating higher lows, higher lows. Now it has retested this area. It's currently reacting around that zone. Let's see what's going to happen there. If this zone holds and then market turns all the way back down, then my temporarily my bias could change to maybe me looking to take sell trades to this next key level, right? If market overall breaks below this area, right, I'm going to be looking to see if I can get a sell trade from that level down to this next level, and then I'll see the reaction of price around this level next. So pretty much that's it. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you learn a thing or two. As far as I'm concerned, there is something I will always say, that it is really not about technicals, right? Because with technical analysis, there is so many sort of like ideas or approaches that you can have to technicals, where you can sort of like take trades and like entry criteria, systems that you want to build, and all of those things. There are different ways, but what really matters the most is your psychology, how you are thinking during a trade, before a trade, after a trade, your mindset, your to the market as a whole, right? So let me also briefly talk about news this week. There is nothing. There are a few crazy things, but there is nothing really crazy. So I think the only thing that I would say maybe is crazy is CPI on pound, and unemployment claims on dollar, and also final GDP on dollar, which is on Thursday and on Wednesday. The rest, I just feel like they won't do too much. Bank of England governor, he might and he might not move the market. It's always a probability, because they can just dabble around and just say trash and just get the fuck out of it. So pretty much appreciate you for watching. Bye for now. Peace.